This is the self-titled podcast of the Golf in Japan website, where you can check essential information in English about golfing in Japan, including more than 2,000 courses. We can help you book your round and make the whole process a whole lot easier. So check out golf-in-japan.com and start planning your Japan golf trip today.
Titleist Club Fitting, the fastest way to better. With a player-focused philosophy on fitting, Titleist offers a range of club fitting experiences from drivers to wedges. Your Titleist fitting specialist, thanks to an unmatched selection of products and technology, along with a wealth of fitting knowledge, will provide you with tour-quality fitting experience that can provide immediate benefits for your game. You can experience a fitting in English while in Japan. Just go to the Golf in Japan website and click on the Titleist banner. Or check the link in the description of this podcast. Titleist, the fastest way to better.
Golf in Japan, June 13th. We're in a new strange location in the wilderness of urban Japan in Tokyo. To my left is Damon. Hello, Damon.
Hello.
And to my right, guess who's returned? The prodigal son.
He's back.
Pro Joe in
nice
the house.
Nice to be here.
A little bit disappointed. Hasn't got his jacket on.
Or his
what
wife
you're talking about. Wife beater. Top hat. I think there was a top hat mentioned last time as well. You're a clown.
We'll just continue on as normal. So first thing is the prefecture of the week, which is?
This week's prefecture is Fukushima.
Oh, Fukushima.
Yeah. Quite a famous, is that famous or infamous?
Yeah.
Yes.
Prefecture, so to speak. But obviously in the centre of attention during the March 11 earthquake back in 2011, when they had the full nuclear meltdown there.
Yeah. Where were you guys when that happened? Kieran, where were you?
So I was playing golf at our place up in Tochigi, which, Fukushima's here. The prefecture more inland, but next to it's Tochigi. So that's where I was. So I was over a 9 there. And so we actually just finished lunch and we were on our second hole after the break. And we were on the green and we were putting. And it was literally the carts were almost tipping over.
Really?
Like this. And then all the balls rolled off the green.
No.
And we were just like, what do you do? And I swear to God, at least it felt it to me that the mountains were moving. It's very mountainous there. It was just crazy. And then luckily, if we had just put out and gone to the next hole, there's an interval and it's a cable car on a rail that brings you down right down there. And that had come off the rail and everything.
Really?
So if we had been going down that, and it's into a forest and
I
there's a
know
big drop.
what you're talking
you
about.
know the one
I
I'm
do.
talking about?
Yeah.
So that was lucky. And then then we didn't realize how big it was. Then we kept playing, and then there was aftershocks. Then the groups behind came up and said, "Look, we have to go back to the
hang on.
clubs."
The monorail thing collapsed.
Yeah,
The golf carts were nearly falling over, but you didn't think it was a big one.
we thought it was.
balls are rolling off the putting green.
Well, you know yourself when you're living in Japan, you're not
Trying to
thinking.
get used to it.
Well, you're not thinking there's a nuclear meltdown and there's a tsunami coming. You don't know anything. But immediately the phones didn't work, and we were like, okay, that's bad. And then the groups behind us came up and they said, it's bad. There's been damage, and we need to get back. So we said, okay. So we went back to the clubhouse, and then the clubhouse, there was stuff breaking and it was all over the place, and then we quickly just got out of there and then proceeded to have a nice 18-hour drive back to Tokyo, which normally would have been an hour.
Really?
Because the motorways were all closed, so we just had to edge our way back.
Oh, I see.
And the only way I was communicating with my family and stuff was through Facebook at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, all cell phones were down. Yeah.
Where were you, Damon?
I was in Yokohama on one of the port islands there. And it was horrible. And that's like over 100 kilometers away. Wow. But it was really, really bad. It was weird from the beginning. I mean, like Kieran, we've been here a long time and experienced a lot of earthquakes, but this felt different from the very beginning. It was just this little shake and we lost all power. Number one, that's never happened before.
Right.
And then it just started rolling and it escalated and thinking, oh, wow, this is quite big. Then it gets worse. Oh, this is really bad. It gets worse. Oh, shit, the building's going to collapse.
Oh, you're inside?
Worse. We're on the top floor of a warehouse.
No.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Next to this, was there any waves or?
Well, we overlooked
Liquefaction?
the Yokohama Bay area, the water there.
Yeah.
And it was really, really weird. You could not see the direction of the water. It was just going all over the place. It was quite a sight to see. But when we got downstairs, the pathway had already separated from the roads and all that type of stuff, and it was still moving against each other type of thing, split like that. And then water started splashing up, and then it would disappear, and about 20 seconds later, it would splash up again.
Oh,
so
that's weird.
this is all what do you call it? Man-made land.
Yeah.
Land
Reclaimed.
field and reclaimed land, all that type of stuff. But no, it was not a pleasant experience. And then I think it took me about from there similar 8 or 9 hours to get back to Chiba at the time. And I left at midnight. The earthquake was 2 p.m. because we're on an island and we were stuck there, couldn't go anywhere.
Crazy
Shocking time.
But
Yeah, and then the rest is history, as they say. But in terms of the golf courses, Fukushima was very famous for golf courses. I think I mentioned it a couple of podcasts ago that they actually have real links courses and stuff like that up there. But I guess a lot of them closed down.
yeah.
I'm presuming. I mean, did you go through on the site and see what's still alive?
No, I stayed to the positives and the ones that survived. But we'll get to the golf courses in a minute. But otherwise, Fukushima, it's actually quite an interesting prefecture. How many prefectures do you think it actually borders?
Oh,
Quick guess.
4.
5.
6.
6.
Yeah,
Okay.
quite amazing. So it neighbors Miyagi, Yamagata, Niigata, Guma, Tochigi, and Ibaraki.
Oh yeah, it would do,
It's a huge prefecture. It's 14,000 square kilometers.
Yeah, I just brought it up on Google Maps. It is big.
Yeah, and if you look at it, I mean, it covers obviously the east coast of Japan, but it goes so far towards the west coast as well.
It does too. It's
does,
almost
yeah.
across the other side.
But back to nuclear power plants. Obviously, Fukushima, when it had the full meltdown, was quite a big issue. Japan still actually has active nuclear power plants.
Yeah, that's right. Because they shut them down, right? And then for a while, and then they were firing back up the coal plants. They were giving solar farms were having an absolute. The solar industry was having a great time over here, getting guaranteed rates for, and they were setting up. All the golf courses were closing, and all the solar farms were going in. But I guess they fired them back up. They kind of did a check and said, we need to. That's how we rely. That's where we get our power from.
Yeah, not all of them. I mean, I looked it up. There's about 10 active nuclear power plants at the moment across Japan that provide about 10% of Japan's
Only 10.
power. Yeah,
What's the other 90?
it would be like you said for
Mixture of
coal
everything.
or hydro or
Yeah,
all the other stuff.
interesting.
But yeah, other fun facts. Quite famous for their Tsuruga Castle. They also have a deep culture in the samurai.
They do,
era.
yeah.
Yep. Hot springs and fruit. A lot of Japan's high quality fruit is produced in Fukushima.
And skiing. They have mountains as well in the north. I guess in the prefectures next to Miyagi and stuff, right?
I suppose it goes through the Alps, doesn't it? If it goes
So
that
it would
far
do, yeah.
west.
Yeah, it doesn't have those what they call the snow monsters, where the trees get so covered in snow they just look like big blobs. They call the snow
Snow monsters.
Is that in there, Yamagata?
That's in Yamagata. That's very famous in Yamagata. What's it called? Isn't it called like Hyo? I can't remember.
Yeah, but I think Fukushima has the same kind of thing.
No, I've been to the one in Yamagata. Yeah. It's quite a sight in the winter.
Yeah, and I'm sure the seafood is good, although
It seems like every place is famous for seafood.
Just because it had a nuclear power meltdown, and the fish are fine. They have a few extra eyes and
2 tails.
2 tails. 4
yeah,
fins.
there's no mercury from the nuclear fallout. God. But no, I mean, like they do a lot of campaigns in Japan to say like it's fine. You still. I've eaten seafood from Fukushima.
I don't know if I
good.
trust that though. I mean, they also
I'm
said
not
the
so
nuclear
sure
power
either.
plant was fine as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Anyway,
I've got to tell a story. I mean, when it happened, the big earthquake and everything, and Fukushima power plant was at risk, and they said, it's starting to overheat, and they need to cool the reactors, all this type of stuff. I really got the sense that this is a bigger problem than everyone thinks. Number one, the US evacuated their citizens immediately, 20-kilometer radius, and Japan did nothing. And then they had, when you have a riot and they have those hoses that spray water on the people to calm
the really
them down.
powerful hoses.
That's what they were using to try and cool it down. And I was like, oh my God, this is the best that they can do. And they had helicopters trying to fly over, dump water on them as well. It's
so
like
the French government had actually commandeered or sent over loads and loads of jumbo jets, and they were just taking all the French people back to France.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. So I was, being from Ireland, there was nothing happening for us. They were like, just stay indoors. Okay. But yeah, they were calling them. They had. Do you remember the name they were giving to the foreigner in Japan? There's a gaijin,
Yeah.
right? And all the foreigners who were leaving the country, they were calling them flyjins.
Flagins, yeah. Gosh.
But a lot of people would have left, though.
A lot of
your
expats
friends,
left
they did.
Japan.
I mean,
yeah,
it was
for sure.
so uncertain, especially when, like, on the news all day, it's just about the nuclear meltdown, and you've got these massive aftershocks. It was going on for weeks, and then people just were like,
Months.
their nerves are frayed, so they're just like, I think I'll just go home for a while.
Yeah.
I couldn't blame them.
Yeah, I sent my kids away.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wasn't sure what was going to happen, so
Okay.
Yeah, there was a real dicey time there when we just thought, okay, this is bad,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
Did work stop?
not for us. I mean, it did. We were doing the inspection of used vehicles at the time, exported for the export of used vehicles, and it did stop at one stage. And the lines were saying, okay, well, also the port union, they were saying, well, there's a risk of radiation on these vehicles that are being exported. So until someone inspects them, we're stopping.
Really?
So that was a great business chance for us. So we actually started doing the inspection of used vehicles for radiation.
Wow.
And really boosted the market there. Yeah. So it's actually a business opportunity.
I can tell you for the golf industry, it was absolutely stuffed. Unless you were down in Kansai or something like that. Anywhere up in Kanto, obviously, or even Hokkaido, people weren't playing golf.
Right.
No one was going to. I mean, they had their own work and their own concerns, so they didn't really were in the mindset to play golf. But there was also people were saying, like, you can't go outside.
Oh, I see.
Right. So we were in Tochigi, right next to Fukushima. So all the golf courses basically closed. And I was just remembering, in COVID, they, when people weren't playing golf, they actually did they gave, subsidies and grants. And, even they were doing the Go-To campaign where they made everything kind of cheaper for people to go. They did nothing. They did absolutely. So everybody was just struggling to get those golf courses closing left, right, and center. And it was just a struggle. And we couldn't even get petrol. Only petrol golf carts. We couldn't get petrol for the golf carts. So we were closed for about 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
We were siphoning petrol from our clients' cars in the yard to fill our own cars up.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry about
But the
that.
trains, how long were the trains off for?
The trains were back on within 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Shinkansen, not so much. Shinkansen took about a month.
Yeah.
But the regular trains, they were back on the next day.
Okay.
It was everything else. There was no supply of fuel, like food, drinks, all that type of stuff.
Convenience stores were cleaned out.
100%. Yeah.
Cleaned out, nothing there.
So Japan relies so heavily on importation of goods, like especially like fuel and all that type of stuff, and they don't overstock stuff. So as soon as it's finished,
Oh, I see.
it's done.
Yeah, right.
And you couldn't get more than 5 liters at a petrol station. They were rationing.
Yeah, and even for weeks after, when you went to the supermarket, they were saying you could only buy water if you had like kids that were like under 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
And like you needed it for nursing or whatever. So and everybody was like, yeah, I've got kids. But in the first few days afterwards, it was just all the stuff in the convenience store that like nobody buys, right?
Yeah.
It's just like
Even that was
sauces and stuff.
Yeah.
People were buying everything just like into a basket.
Yeah.
There was toilet paper shortage. Remember that?
That's a weird one to me.
People were wigging
That
out.
happened in Australia. I think
Rice.
it happened in a lot of countries.
Yeah,
when-
that was during
when
COVID, right?
was on.
Yeah. But people they're not taking it for what they need now. It's in case they need more later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving forward, golf courses.
Yeah.
So out of the remaining golf courses, there's 60 plus.
Okay.
So if you consider how big the prefecture is, it's actually not a lot.
Yeah.
But as we said before, it neighbours so many other prefectures, so there are so many golf courses around the region there. But the top 5 courses searched on Golf in Japan are the Minpo course, the Iwaki Green Hills, the Iwaki Golf Club, the Shiozaki Country Club, and the Taiheiyo Shirakawa.
Oh, yeah.
You
Right.
guys are up there.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
But through our compadre, Roy Cameron from Full Swing.
Oh, yeah.
He lives up there in
does.
Fukushima.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right,
So I reached out to him and I said, hey, mate, what's the best courses up there that he reckons? And he actually reckoned the Bonari Kogen Country Club and the Grandi Nasu Shirakawa.
Okay.
Yeah, he said the Bonari has a par 5 that's been rated as Japan's most beautiful par 5.
There you go.
So I have to try that one. And the Grandi is where they have the Dunlop Open each year.
Oh, yeah. Well, Roy
So
would
a
know.
couple
He's
of really
good
good
player,
courses up
isn't he,
there.
Roy?
He's a very good player.
Yeah.
And a good guy.
He's a good guy.
So yeah, that's Fukushima.
Cool.
Well done. Okay. Well, we are in the US Open golf week, the third major of the year. But before we do that, did we watching the golf on the weekend?
The Memorial?
The Memorial?
Yeah, I did.
I watched a little bit.
Yeah, I watched it. Watched all the highlights.
Scotty's
Pretty good.
unbelievable.
He's unreal. It's just a Scotty show at the moment.
It is.
I think he shot 2 over on the last day and still won. Well, he won by, was it 1 or 2 from Morikawa?
I think it's even more popular now that he got arrested.
There's some great
maybe.
memes. Did you
Yeah,
see all the memes coming
yeah,
up about the
yeah.
US Open? There was just a random picture of all the police just standing around looking at a picture of him. And they were saying, like, just making sure that before Scotty gets to Pinehurst, like, they all know who he is.
Yeah.
Give him some room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a legend. What a golfer.
Yeah.
And he uses a Titleist ball too. I just want to get that in there.
Oh, yeah.
He's a tailor-made guy, but he uses the pill, so that's good.
Well done.
Shall I go through some of the
yes,
some
please.
updates? So, men's Japan Tour. I think some of these tournaments have got to start shortening their names. This event is called the BMW Japan Golf Tour Championship Mori Building Cup 2024.
We're talking about
guys.
that in Shishido Hills.
Yeah, at Shishido Hills, which in Ibaraki. I've never played there, but I'm sure both of you have played there. It's well known amongst the sort of the expat community here, isn't it?
Yeah,
Very well known. I've never played it.
I've played it a few
haven't you?
times.
But we have droned it.
Oh, have you?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I've played it. I was saying last week, it's I played it near that the day of the competition, like within a week or two of that, and it was just bonkers rough.
Ah, yeah.
The rough was like well up to almost to your knees.
Wow.
Just off the fairway. So
Yeah.
you're just like it's sadistic. Beautiful golf course though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Haven't been back after that. The score wasn't too good.
No, but they've hosted some big events, haven't they?
Yeah, they do.
Was it Mercedes-Benz Cups, and I think it's
BMW.
BMW does it.
That's their all the BMW do all of their kind of cups there.
Righto. Anyway, Hiroshi Iwata won in a playoff against Ryo Ishikawa. Do you know Iwata-san?
Yeah.
Great player. Played in the US for a few years, sort of probably 3 or 4 years ago, and had a second place finish. Lost to Phil at Pebble Beach one year. He's probably my favourite player on the men's Japan tour. Cool guy, long hitter, dresses cool, and he walks around with no emotion. I mean, he just gives away nothing. He's got this stone face. Wonderful player. Anyway, he beat Ryo Ishikawa, who's another favourite of mine, in a playoff. Iwata-san also uses the Titleist ball. Get that in there again. Against Ishikawa, who's always a favourite as well. They call him the bashful prince.
Oh, he's a crowd favourite, isn't he?
Oh, he is. They love him. They love him here, and rightly so. He's just a superstar.
Yep.
And speaks really good English. He spent a long time, not a long time, but a few years over in the US, and his English is pretty good, and he's just likeable and still a great player. He's good for the Japan tour. So having those two guys up there leading the way is good for the men's tour because they're both stars. I like watching them both. Did you watch it, guys? Did you see any?
I
of
watched
that?
the
Some
ladies.
highlights.
Yeah. Okay.
The ladies one was well contested, I would say.
Yep.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ladies, that was called I'll move on to the ladies tour in Japan. The Ai Miyazato Suntory ladies at Kokusai Rokko down in Hyogo.
Kokusai Rokko, very famous course.
So I think, Damon, you may have mentioned it previously. I think
That course, yeah. I think it was part of our J&TO trip as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of golf in that Rocco area to
Yeah, we've got a
They're all
course down
nice.
there. They are. Yeah, we've got
They
our
are
golf
really
courses.
nice,
That's
yeah.
our flagship down there. So that's a
I love
good
the
track.
last hole, the one that they had to go kind of
Yeah,
go
down
over water.
and down and left, dogleg
Yeah.
left with water
Yeah.
carries, and
Very nice finishing
The green
hole.
looks like Mickey Mouse's face with the ears on it. It's quite interesting, but it's a really, really good finish. It's a hard hole to finish.
Yeah.
Hard one to par, easy one to bogey. But anyway, so
That's like every hole for me.
Kokoka. Was that her name? Kokoka or something?
yeah, Momoko Osata finished at 12 under, and Miyu Yamashita finished at 10. So she won by a couple. So I didn't watch it. I have to
Yeah, so
be honest.
Yamashita, she came second, but she had shot like 600 on the day to give herself a run on it, and then the girl had a fair bit of bottle then to finish it off.
Okay.
She had to come strong in on the last. She birdied the last, I think, and
Right.
she
Well,
finished
that's
it off
good.
properly. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good. Well, lots of people there, well attended.
Yeah, oh, that's good, as they are.
Yeah,
I mean, people get out there in force watching the ladies, and so they should. And we've talked about it a little bit before previously, but I love going out watching the ladies. It's just a really good event.
yeah, very hard course. They had it set up very fast.
Did they? Yeah, 12 under. Although it says they're playing 3 rounders, the ladies. I don't know why that's changed. Is that I'm sure that's changed. I'm sure the ladies here used to play 4 rounders. They do in the Toto Classic at our Minori course.
Is that because
They're
they do an
playing
extra
less.
day of like corporate?
Maybe they do. Yeah, maybe they do.
Because I would say that they make a lot of money from, the sponsors wanting to do pro-ams and stuff like that.
Oh, and aren't they good at it too, the ladies?
Yeah, they're very
sponsorable. The ladies' event in the US, the ShotRite LPGA Classic, presented by Acer. Nelly didn't play, so she gave some of the other girls a shot. Linnea Strom, who's a Swedish girl, shot 60 in the last round to win. Over Ayaka Furuya, who's a Japanese player who's been over there. I think this is her sort of first year over there. She's had another great finish, which is good to see. We spoke just a little bit about the US tour at Jack's Place, the Memorial, the Scotty show. Hey, so here's a question. So we're 6 months into the tour, or 6 months into the year for the tour players. Give me a number. How much do you reckon Scotty's won so far?
Prize money?
Yeah, prize money this year.
But I heard his caddy has won more than Rory McIlroy.
Well,
So
yeah, I mean, if you
his
go on-
caddy's
Just prize money? I don't know.
Yeah, just prize. Just give us some big.
15 mil.
Okay.
All right, let me work this out. Because if
Big
his
brain
caddy,
over here,
if his caddy,
the sums.
what's the percentage
Can you hear it?
of the?
The clunking?
It's kind of
10?
it's 10% of a win, 7% of a top 10, and 5% of anything else.
So Scotty Scheffler's caddy has got over 2 million yen. He's probably close to 3 million yen. Oh, $3 million, not yet.
Yeah.
That's not a lot, is it?
I wouldn't go for her. Sorry about
Ted
that.
Scott, he used to be
Ted Scott,
Bubba's caddy.
So if that's the case, then I'd say he's close to $30 million.
well.
Very good, 24.
$24 million.
24. Yeah, Ted Scott. So I heard that as well. He's had a great year. He's had a lot more than some of the players.
I'm sure.
Terrific. I mean, he's just he really is unstoppable at the moment, Scotty. But I also think it's just there's not enough players presenting themselves. You've got JT finished down the leaderboard. Zalatoris, I think, is hurt. Spieth is not doing much. Xander Schauffele, obviously, he's a good player, but he's not a killer. I just think some of the guys that have gone to live would give him a better run. Guys like Reed and DJ and Brooks Koepka, Cam Smith's another one. I think they're missing some of those guys. Rahm as well.
So what are you saying? The live tours have got the better players?
Look, it's got at the top they're really strong, and then it falls away dramatically. But yeah, I think Scotty. Look, I think he's great for the game and all that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm not sure he should be getting all the accolades that everybody's talking about, only because.
Well, what about Morikawa? I mean, he played amazingly as well.
Look, he's good. I mean, he won
He's
a couple
playing
of
really
majors.
consistent golf.
He is, yeah. He's a good player. He was never going to beat Scotty though.
No,
I really
that's
don't.
what
Well, I don't think he. Yeah, and he didn't. Anyway,
I think Rory could have done it. He just can't
Rory's
pull.
another one.
He
But,
can't pull 4 rounds together.
but Rory's got back with his missus. Did
So
you hear
he-
about that?
Yeah.
He's made some strange decisions with ladies. I mean, maybe we all have, but
That's right. Remember
he
he
was
called it
married
off? Yeah,
to
Wozniacki.
Caroline Wozniacki is a famous tennis player. He was going to marry her.
And then he
sent
was
out the wedding invitations.
He was posting them, and then as they went into the letterbox, he went,
I can't.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah. And apparently rang her up on the phone and said, you know what, this is not for me. I don't want to marry you. Didn't even have the balls to get up, in her grill and tell her.
Well, what do you game set match?
Anyway, he's, I think they put in the papers for to divorce his current wife, and now he's gone back on it and said, it's going to be the.
I mean, he's probably done the numbers.
Well,
He
yeah,
probably said
probably
this
got to
is
find
bloody
out how much he
ridiculous.
was going to get. Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
Anyway,
I'm sure.
We'll keep married, but let's live separately.
Strange, couple of strange decisions by Rory. But look, that might bode well for him this week at the US Open. Maybe been a good frame of mind. And
Nah, he's not
I don't
going to
know.
win.
So,
No. Are we going to do our picks now?
sorry, one last one. I got to talk about Damon's favourite live. I didn't watch a minute of it. Ortiz, I followed it, but Ortiz beat Moronk and Reed in Houston. Anthony Kim didn't come last. Anthony Kim and Brandel Chambly are still having a back and forth, which is really, really entertaining. I also saw a thing on Zaya Golf. Do you follow Zaya Golf on Instagram? Did you see the thing with Ian Poulter?
Yeah, so when he was abusing a fan.
Just F-bombing this fan. Getting on the back of a buggy, and this fan must have said something to him on one of the tees, and he's just giving it to him.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's it. That's Ian's workplace. I mean, you shouldn't be saying things to him out there, but also using those kind of obscenities with possibly kids around is not a good look.
come
I mean,
on.
you're not dropping, but you're not dropping F-bombs in your office, are you? If someone's, maybe, okay. Maybe you two are.
You said you didn't watch any of the tournament, right?
I just saw, I didn't
But
watch it
you've
live. I
watched
saw them
previous ones.
a lot, yeah.
Follow Ram. That guy's got the dirtiest mouth.
Oh, he's terrible. Yeah, he is. Yeah,
And he's not doing it to fans and stuff. It's just after he hits every shot, like
he
a bad
does.
shot.
Yeah, yeah.
And not under his breath.
Yeah. they're probably not finding them there either, because in the PGA Tour they find them. So Tiger Woods, when he was playing really well, because he's always in the last group, the microphones are always around him. He was the most fined player in like forever. Led the swearing money list for forever.
Oh golly gee.
Yeah, I mean he's a shocker. And the fines are pretty astronomical as well. They get fined a lot, so maybe it lived there not.
I think I think
they should.
Everyone has the phone now. The cameras are on him.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
he's just going off. I was like, are you stupid? It's not a good look.
No,
it just isn't a good look, you know.
That's not a good look, everyone just swearing the head off each other.
I think, not for Ian Poulter. They all hate him anyway.
Yeah, they do.
Ian Poulter, I can accept it from him.
Yeah.
I remember Shane Lowry going crazy at the guy trying to keep everyone quiet behind the green in the Ryder Cup. And he goes, you're the one who's making the noise, you know.
Yeah, that wasn't great. And I like Lowry.
That was good. That was funny. In the heat of the moment, it was just a perfect thing to say.
Sorry, one last thing before we talk about the US Open. I've got to get this in. The US Ladies Open. We have to talk quickly about that.
We did, Joe, last week.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
You weren't here, man.
No, I listened to it. Did you? I did listen to it.
You were
talked about
fast-forwarding
Yuka
it?
Saso. Anyway, it was great to see. I think it was 6 Japanese players finished in the top 10, which is just unreal. So first and second, Shibuno, who's has been getting a little bit of a hard time for underperforming recently, but she finished second, which is good. And I think she actually finished up the leaderboard in the most recent one.
She's changed her whole. Actually, Shibuno, she's changed her whole. Do you see her putting stance and everything's really wide and everything?
Is it?
It's really strange.
Yeah, she's got a strange golf swing as well, but she's a good player.
Yeah. No, our own play's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyway, US Open, Pinehurst No.2 this week. What do you?
Did you see all the videos of going viral about the balls falling off the
People
greens?
putting off greens.
Jesus.
Yeah, they're complaining about it. They're saying the balls are already coming off the greens, and it's only early in the week. They said, they're going to have to water that. They're watering the golf course at the moment, which is always a concern for the players because it's borderline at the moment that they might lose it. But that's what Pinehurst is all about. 99. Do you remember Payne Stewart holding that putt against Phil? He won it, and then Michael Campbell won in 2005.
That's right.
And then Keimer just putted it from everywhere in 2014 to win the US Open. So it's going to be interesting watching this week. I'm really looking forward to this one. Yeah.
I love a hard golf course.
Yeah, hard.
I don't
golf
want to
course.
play it, but I just want to watch it.
No.
And have a beer. And look at it.
The guys from what's the young American guy, tall, thin guy that plays with the Wesley, the Bryan
Grant
brothers?
Harvett.
Yeah, I watched him though. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I watched that.
I thought that was really
I was
good.
just about to mention it.
Were you? Yeah.
Yeah, so they've gone on to Pinehurst to do a couple of rounds.
That's right.
And they're playing from the championship tees.
They are.
Same as the pros.
Yep.
And they're grading themselves as if they were going for the qualifying.
Yeah.
With everyone else.
Yeah,
to make the
cut.
The Rorys to make the cut and everyone else.
Which is usually, I think, what was it, 5 over, I think they mentioned.
5
so
over,
they could get below that. And they all did.
They all did.
Grant won, I think, in the end.
Yeah.
It was close in the end. They were all around even par. But
I mean, Grant was 3 under at one stage.
he was too. Yeah, he's a good player, that kid.
Yeah.
Very good,
But it was good to watch. Yeah, interesting. Yeah,
Good
viewing
content.
This week.
Yeah.
It is good content.
It is good content,
they were
yeah.
actually talking about it throughout the rounds. They've got somebody quite special who's doing all the editing, and it's really well done.
But I suppose it's different to do it in that type of fun environment compared to the pressure of the crowds and,
Yeah,
really making the cut or not, opposed to,
yeah, of course.
fairyland.
But they're
Fantasy
good,
land.
good operators, those guys.
No, absolutely. Good
There's
content.
one other one that I don't know if you guys have watched. Do you watch Luke Kwan? And
Love Luke Kwan.
Taeko.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
Taeko,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other
yeah.
New Zealander?
Yeah,
And there's
yeah.
a couple of others. There's
Sam.
Sam, who's quite funny, and Toombs.
Yeah.
I've binge watched that for about the last week. I've just sort of got onto them. Taiko's a great, and they're all good players.
They're
But
all good
Taiko's a
players.
really good player.
Yeah, yeah.
He's won the New Zealand PGA champs. He won the Aussie Amateur.
You're talking about Tombs.
No, Toombs is the Fijian.
No.
Taiko. He's the Korean one,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shorter one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Toombs is a great player, but pedigree
I thought he
wise,
played in like the New Zealand Open or something.
he did. Yeah, but Taiko's got a great resume.
Tombs is better, I reckon.
He's probably more steady, but if you have a look at what Taiko's done, and just golf swing wise, they're
They're funny guys
isn't
to
there?
watch.
It's great content. I'd never watched that sort of stuff, but these guys have got me sucked in.
Yeah. I was actually just watching one this morning,
Were you?
and they're playing down in Tasmania.
Oh yeah, they play Barnbougle and the Lost Farm.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That looks amazing.
oh,
course.
it's great. I've played
You
it a
played
few
there?
times. Yeah.
Wow.
Great place.
Yeah, yeah. Some of these golf courses, you've got to watch some of these series. They've just done a Australia series.
That's how funny how they take off the
Yeah,
Aussies.
yeah. Then they'll
Yards.
Yeah, yeah. Yards. Yeah.
thought you do meters down under.
They do. They actually,
They do, but they're
are.
taking they're taking the piss out of the Aussies. But they're really funny
Jesus.
guys.
Can I just say, you all sound the same.
But they're funny guys, though, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're
good sense
based,
of humour.
apart from Luke Kwan, I mean, they're all based in New Zealand.
They're New Zealanders.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. So,
But, great content.
Do you ever watch any of the Japanese content, or would you call them influencers?
No.
no.
It's actually pretty good. Yeah, I mean, they're all. It does. I hate to say it, but it's all cute girls in mini skirts and and
Yep.
and there's like 4 of them, and they're like, "Oh, good shot." They're all really supportive of each other and stuff like that. But it's good production actually, and they're kind of they're very heavily sponsored.
Right. Yeah.
They're head to toe, and
Oh, they are,
Yeah,
aren't they?
they're
Yeah.
very. It's very commercial, but it's getting better. I think
Yeah.
the level's getting up, and they're getting quite a few followers. There's one girl who has, I think she's almost 1 million.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't remember her name now, but
Yeah. You know who I watched, and you suggested it. Yui Kawamoto is a favourite of mine. I like her. I think she's a great player. She
her
played well in
YouTube
the
channel,
US Open.
singing.
So you said that she's also a singer. So I jumped on it, and she's singing this English song, and that girl can sing.
Yeah,
too.
she's a
I mean,
proper
I don't
singer,
know anything, but what do you think?
Yeah, she's good.
She's good.
It's a bit. I won't say. Yeah, it's the song choice wouldn't be my
Yeah.
cup of tea, but
Yeah.
I mean she's got some pipes,
Yeah.
and she could she probably sings better if she plays golf. No, that's not true.
No, she finished. She was doing really well after 2 rounds in the US Open. She was on the leaderboard and then fell away the last couple, but finished midfield. But yeah, she's a good player, and that YouTube channel, I'm sure she's got plenty of followers too.
Yeah, totally. And she always wears like ribbons in her hair.
She
and-
does,
And
yeah.
you see like this massive amount of guys following her.
Yeah.
of the Akihabara variety.
Right. Well, I'm a fan.
Yeah, you could join them.
Yeah.
Just put the tweed coat and the wife beater on, and off you go.
Yeah.
Put a top hat on.
If you ever want to meet up with Pro Joe, just meet him. Akihabara.
That's right.
That's it.
For those of you who are listening, Akihabara is the place where all the kind of the computer game geeks go, and they have these the AKB42 concert theaters and stuff, and it's just all these single guys in their 50s and stuff. It's a little bit scary. Anyway, there's that side of
and
Japan.
Joe.
And me.
Yeah.
Hey, so who's going to win this week? Who's
Ooh,
your
who's your picks?
And you can't pick Scotty because he's obvious.
So you're saying Scotty's going to win? So that's a
Wow,
pick.
That's
then.
a pretty good chance.
Yeah,
But
I obviously he's got to be one of the favourites.
He's 3-1, isn't he?
Is that what it is?
It's 3-1. That's
I know. I reckon
unbelievable.
Morikawa was going to give it a go this
yeah,
year.
it's a good pick. Yeah. Kieran.
Interesting. I will go. I have to have 2.
Okay.
So Oberg.
Ah, good choice. Yeah.
I think Oberg is peaking at the right times, getting very confident. Even though he wasn't really playing that well, I just love his game.
Yep.
I think he's really good. And I'm going to go for Alexander Schauffele. I think he's going to back up the
Yeah, he's
last
definitely
major.
going to be up there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think those 2. I mean, I'd love if Rory did it, but just
He's got too much going on.
he's too much going on.
There is a
man.
lot going on.
Yeah.
Pro Joe, what do you think, mate?
Oh, look. Cam Smith. I'm going to go for homegrown hero. Cam Smith. I think he's a big
Oh,
chance.
but he's played rubbish recently. Man.
He's not that
he
drive. He's
hasn't.
really
Yeah,
struggling.
And that's the
Over
only
the map.
thing. So you've got to hit it. Watching that stuff on YouTube, you do have to hit it straight because it's fairway and then it's just sand.
He's out then.
But yeah, but good chip around the greens because it's just going to whoever scrambles the best because you just can't hold those greens. So it's going to be. It's probably the first major in a long, long time. I'm really, really interested. I'm always interested, but it's going to be interesting to see the live guys come back and playing the very famous golf course. And Tiger. Do you reckon Tiger will make the
Nope.
cut? No, I don't think so
Oh,
either.
he'll make the cut.
Nope.
You think he'll make the cut? Yep.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. So
Are we betting on this, or-
Why should
1,000
we
yen,
put it?
let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
Done.
All right. 1,000 yen. I don't think he does.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll take you on as well.
Okay. So we'll revisit this in the next podcast.
cool. So 1,000 yen's like
whose game is most set up? Like it's a rock hard
$7.
golf course. It's very fast. The fairways are fast. All that kind of stuff. So that's why I think Tiger is probably the one with the best game for that kind of a situation. No,
Yeah, look, probably control. He was great at Royal Melbourne in 2019 President's Cup.
all the opens he won.
Yeah, because
2
he just
iron all the way.
he's smart. He just hits it in the right spot on the greens. He hits it away from flags. Just keeps bogeys off his or doubles off his scorecard. So he's very cagey. But it's just the 4 days walking.
Yeah.
It's not ability. I just don't know if he can last the 2 days and play well enough for 2 days. We'll see. And if he hits a few sideways, he's no chance.
Come on, Tiger. You only have to make the cut, mate. Then you can withdraw. Okay, but is there anybody else with a good game? I suppose What about Lowry or someone like that? He's got a kind of a sneaky good game for that kind
Yeah,
of thing.
but Larry shot 86 in the last round at Jack's tournament, 84. He completely fell apart.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't the only one.
So no, I mean it's a hard golf course. I mean Scotty
Okay,
struggled the last day too, but yeah,
You know, someone who can hold greens and can hit different, heights.
yeah. You know, Oberg is a good choice. He hits it straight.
Oberg's he's clinical.
This will only be his second. I think his second or third major now. You know, and he performed really admirably in his first one. So
Yep.
and it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I think he's going to do well in Shoffley. Yeah, that's my team.
Yeah, Shoffley.
So who did you pick? Just
Cam Smith. I'll go
and
Cam Smith.
You too.
Actually, I've got another chat with a few of the other boys, and I picked Cam Smith, and I can't remember who the second one was. Damon, let me come back to you. Hang on.
Cam Davis.
He's a good player.
No. Did you see the longest day in golf, the Monday qualifier, and him and Adam
him
Scott?
and Adam Scott. Yeah,
They got into a playoff. Really good. You
Yeah.
should watch it on YouTube. It's great.
yeah. And then so Cam won, and then
Yeah.
but Scotty has got an invite.
Does he?
Yeah, him and somebody else got an invite. And so Adam Scott's been playing, he's had 23 years in a row where he's played all 4 majors,
That's unbelievable.
which is quite ridiculous.
Yeah.
Some of the players were talking about it, and they said it's not unprecedented, but it's very unusual. I mean, he's been a superstar for 23 years.
Do you ever see that video where he's having a very candid conversation playing around the golf with Rick Shields? And,
yeah.
And he's just, you could totally tell he's kind of like he's more interested in surfing, playing with his kids.
Yeah.
He loves surfing.
Yeah, he does too.
Yeah, playing
Yeah.
with his kids, and
Yeah.
and and that's what he's saying. Like, well, I think Live is really appealing for that reason, because like at this point in my career, do I want to just spend week after week after week on the road away from my family?
Yeah.
But I suppose he can pick and choose what events he wants to do.
Yeah, he can, and he does. I don't think he plays a full schedule, but he's still one of the only guys. He's mid-40s now, but he's still playing. A lot of the guys have sort of either gone to Live or not playing.
I can't see him going to Live.
No, I don't think so either. No, it doesn't.
He's more of a corporate type.
He is. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's on the
Uniqlo and his
board of
Rolex, and he's on the board of the PGA the
PGA
Players
and everything.
Association. I'd be disappointed if he went to Live. So, but I don't think he will. I mean, he's got
I'd
piles of
welcome
money.
him to Live.
You can, don't steal Adam. You can have Anthony Kim.
Or the Japan tour.
Yeah.
Anthony Kim. He's awesome though.
Oh, he is. Have you been following the thing? Him
Yeah,
and
he's on
Randall?
he's on all the podcasts now. Talking
Yeah.
about, what was he saying? He goes, I'm trying to do his voice.
Yeah.
He's like, Brandel. He talks like that.
He does.
But he was saying that, how can Brandel actually even comment? He said, if we're talking about missing the cut at a
that's
Corn
right,
Ferry
Corn
Tour
Ferry.
event, I'll call you.
That's right. Yeah, well, he was with Duval, and they're talking about Ryder Cup, and he never played a Ryder Cup. He had one win, and blah blah blah. So he has got a point. But yeah, not so sure.
The shambles.
Yeah, it's shambles.
Okay. Did you see Padraig Harrington was inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Was he?
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
They showed all his highlights. I was like, was
very
he that good of a
underrated.
player?
Yeah, he won 3 majors.
Yeah.
Quite close together. I mean, they're within a couple of years, but good player, and he's really interesting. Watching him on YouTube, he's got
he's
some
a
really
great-
interesting thoughts.
Yeah. He really, I suppose for a beginner, he's probably gives too much information.
Yeah,
It's
probably
like,
does. Yeah,
he'll
there's a
say
lot.
like, it's very simple. And then he'll
Yeah,
go
but then-
through 25 points to remember. But I love the way he hits the ball now. He's just absolutely lays into it.
Oh,
He goes,
doesn't
hit it
he?
hard.
He's
Just
longer
hit it
now
hard.
than what he was when he was on tour.
Just doesn't care.
Yeah, just smashes it.
Yeah.
Where's he from?
He's from,
Ireland?
I believe he's from Dublin.
Okay.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
as myself.
Yeah.
He's great for Irish golf. I mean, Rory put out a statement saying that, what growing up watching Padraig was like, it was inspiration to show
Sure.
that they could do it.
Yeah.
They could win majors, they could go abroad and
Yeah.
win in PGA Tour and so on. And he wears his heart in his sleeve, does El Padraig. He's
Yeah, he
good.
does too.
El Paddy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he broke Sergio's heart a few times. Sergio should have won a few of the majors, I think. So Sergio, he ended up with 1. He won the Masters one year, but I think it was I know there was 2, maybe the 3. Sergio was in the lead or near the lead, and Padraig's, how do you say it? Padraig has won them all. So yeah, I think it was 2 British Opens and a PGA.
Yeah.
Great
I think,
player.
and he has the what do you call the jug,
The claret jug.
the claret jug on his kitchen table. He has this like
does
a
he?
really ordinary kitchen table, like salt and everything next to it. He just puts it in the middle of it. And Lowry
I
was saying,
like
I used to go
that
around to his house and say, "Are you just going to leave it on the kitchen table?" He's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I like touching it and stuff, so I don't want to put it in a glass case."
Oh, that's
The
cool.
kids are playing with it and everything, putting salt in
Yeah.
it. And Lowry has one now. He can do what he likes with it too.
Yeah, can.
All right, cool.
Right. Any golf? Sorry, any golf? Got any golf coming? You playing?
I'm bringing a couple of teenagers playing on Sunday.
Okay.
My son and his mates to try and get them into it.
Good.
Yeah, my son, they could play all right. They all know how to play. They've all taken lessons since they were younger, and they've fallen off the radar. More interested in basketball, but we're going to try and rekindle the love of the game.
Good.
Yeah, maybe give them some beer.
I won't ask how old they are.
15, almost 16.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see how they get on.
At
Murasaki area place.
Okay.
Yeah, Murasaki.
Excellent.
Yep.
Damon, you having a hit?
No, I played twice this week. So played on the weekend, then on Tuesday.
Yep.
Damon's found a bit of form.
Yeah, he played because I get that on. I follow that email and check all the scores because there's a few people I teach on there. Shot 87 at Bristol, which is kind of hard golf course.
Bristol, was it blowing? Was it windy?
No, it was nice.
Okay, it's such a hard golf course.
Yeah,
it's right next to the coast.
Yeah,
I love the golf course. It's very nice. Amazing food. We were talking about it last week. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then came back to reality on Tuesday.
Yeah, but you were trying a few things out on the golf course.
I played with David from Trackman.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He played
stripes
really well.
it.
I mean, he played scratch. He basically played 72. So
Even par.
Very good.
Even par.
Glad I wasn't there for that one.
But no, nothing on this weekend myself.
Okay.
Joe?
I'm playing with the Tokyo Ricard Club, which is
the French,
the French community. So I've got
Paulie.
Yep, Paulie. I'm actually having a hit with Paul.
Good guys, and there's a couple of good players as well.
Yeah, there is. So there's 20 of us going up to play Amashiko course on Saturday. So I'm going to take them up there and have a hit. So that's my game.
They take it very seriously, those guys.
They do. I think they do it properly.
Yeah, it's a competition.
Yep. So I think Ricard is an alcohol. I think it's something like that. Or a French liqueur or something like that, and that's why they call it. So I think it's they play golf and they play something else. It's like I can't explain it, but they look a lovely group of people, and I'm quite looking forward to it. Going up on the Shinkansen in the morning, and
they don't say yads.
You've got to watch that.
And Pro Joe, parlez-vous français?
Oh,
Petit peu.
Yeah, je m'appelle Joe. Oui, I did French for 6 years at school.
Mercy buckets, silver plates.
That's about all I know. It's such a shame because it's such a lovely sounding language. I like to be able to speak.
Yeah, it's funny actually. Some of the groups in Tokyo, like the Scandinavians, they won't let you play in the Scan Cup unless you're a Scandinavian.
Oh yeah.
So it's the Danes, the Norwegian, and the Swedish, and I'm like, close enough. Come on, let me in. They're like, no, that's it. And they're all speaking to each other in English.
Yeah.
And then the French are the same. Like if you can't speak French, you won't let you into the group.
Yeah.
You're only going because it's on your course.
Correct. Right? Yeah, they wouldn't invite me otherwise. And fair enough.
Yeah.
That's okay.
They let Paul in because he's from the Frenchy part of.
He speaks. Yeah, he speaks.
Did you say
they tease
he's
him
from Korea?
Sorry.
Did you just say
no,
he's from Korea?
I don't know what I said.
Montreal.
Yeah, but he's from that part of the country.
Yeah. Ça c'est bon.
Yes. I don't know what that means.
Okay, lads. Well, I think there's nothing left to cover this week. So until we meet again next week.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Yep. Cheers, guys.
See you.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Sign that up.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.